The vast emptiness of space stretched before the human starship horizon, a silver gleaming arrow cutting through the dark. Stars glittered like scattered diamonds, and distant nebulae painted streaks of violet and gold across the void. For most, space was lonely, cold, and silent. For Captain Alara Miles, it was full of possibility. Captain Miles stood on the bridge, eyes fixed on the viewport. Around her, the crew moved with quiet efficiency, monitoring sensors, charts, and navigation systems. The Horizon was humanity's newest and most advanced ship, equipped with experimental stealth technology, faster than light drives, and the most sensitive communication arrays ever built. It was a symbol of human ingenuity and ambition. "This is it," Alara said softly, mostly to herself. Her voice echoed slightly in the control room. The edge of known space, and beyond it, the unknown. Her first officer, Lieutenant Malik Rowe, glanced up from his console. "All systems are ready, Captain. The stealth shields are holding. Communication tests are nominal." Alara nodded. "Good. Keep us steady. Remember, we don't know what's out there, but we represent all of humanity. One mistake could be costly." The crew had trained for months, simulating every possible scenario. But simulations could never match the reality of entering alien territory, a region where previous human expeditions had disappeared without a trace. Still, humans had always been explorers. They didn't turn back when faced with danger. They faced it, learned from it, and adapted. Crossing the border in 10, 9, 8. The navigation officer counted down outside. A faint shimmer of energy marked the invisible boundary between human-explored space and the alien expanse. The Horizon slid past it silently, its hull absorbing and deflecting any alien detection attempts. Stealth technology was humanity's gift and shield. It kept the ship hidden while sensors scanned the unknown for threats. Alara felt a thrill. "This is why we explore," she whispered. For moments like this, the first few hours were quiet but tense. Sensors picked up strange energy pulses unlike any natural phenomena known to humanity. Lights flickered on the monitors, showing patterns that were almost like messages, but too complex to decode. "Captain," Malik said, pointing to a screen, "we're picking up an anomaly. It's huge, far beyond the size of any starship we've ever cataloged." Alara leaned closer. The shape on the screen was massive, almost impossible. It pulsed with light and shadow, expanding and contracting as if it were breathing. "Can we identify it?" she asked. "Not exactly," Malik replied. "It's not a natural star, not a planet. It could be a structure, or a life form. Something alive, maybe." Alara's heart beat faster. Humanity had never encountered anything like this. The Horizon was built for danger, but this was different. It was awe-inspiring, terrifying, and magnificent all at once. "Prepare to send a message," she said. "Make it simple, peaceful. Introduce humanity without threatening them." The communication officer nodded. Soon, the message flashed across the void. "We come in peace. Humanity seeks knowledge. We mean no harm." The crew waited. Seconds stretched into minutes, then hours. No reply came. The silence was heavy, broken only by the soft hum of the ship's engines. Then, suddenly, a single line appeared on the monitor. It was in a pattern that seemed almost organic, flowing across the screen like liquid light. Then the words formed clearly. "You are expected." The bridge fell silent. The words were simple, but the meaning was not. Expected by whom? Why here? Was it a warning or an invitation? Ilara's mind raced. Expected? That's too specific. How could they know we would arrive? Malik frowned. Could be a trap. Could be something else. "We need to proceed carefully," Lara nodded, keeping her voice calm. "Agreed, Helm. Plot a slow approach. Sensors active. Every system on high alert." As the Horizon moved forward, the anomaly grew larger. It was now clear that it was not a solid structure, but something more like a living network of energy. glowing and flowing like a river of stars. Strange shapes shimmered within it, moving and twisting as if aware of the ship's presence. The crew watched in awe. "It's alive," whispered the science officer, Dr. Lewin Chen. "Not alive in the way we know, but it senses. It reacts to us," Lara nodded. "Then we must show them who we are. Not as intruders, but as intelligent beings capable of understanding and friendship." Hours passed. The ship drifted closer to the heart of the anomaly, careful not to trigger any defensive measures. The crew noticed small changes in the energy patterns, flashes of light that seemed almost like signals, as if the anomaly was trying to communicate. Alara studied the monitor. Could it be intelligent? "Highly likely," Dr. Chen replied. "The energy is structured. It's organized. Random energy doesn't do this. It's observing us." Alara took a deep breath. This was humanity's moment. For centuries, humans had dreamed of meeting alien civilizations. And now, they were on the threshold of making contact. The thrill of discovery mingled with fear, perfect combination that drove explorers to greatness. Suddenly, the ship shuddered slightly. Minor tremors ran through the hull, enough to make the crew tense. "Report," Alara demanded. "Nothing critical, Captain," Malik said. "Just a resonance from the anomaly. It's reacting to our presence." "No immediate danger detected." Lara nodded, but her grip on the armrest tightened. Humans had learned to respect the unknown. Many had fallen victim to overconfidence, thinking their technology could protect them from everything. But the universe had its own rules, and here in this alien expanse, would find out if humanity was ready. The anomaly pulsed again, stronger this time. The lights inside the bridge shifted, reflecting strange colors across the crew's faces. The energy seemed almost curious, and in that curiosity, Alara felt hope. "We will proceed," she said quietly. "But every move will be careful, deliberate. Humanity will show its best qualities: courage, intelligence, and respect for life." The horizon glided forward, entering the core of the anomaly. Strange shapes swirled around them, some resembling spirals, others branching like trees of light. It was breathtaking, almost spiritual. Captain Dr. Chen said softly, "Look at this. It's beautiful. I've never seen anything like it. It's alive, yes, but it's also art. A living masterpiece." Alara allowed herself a small smile. "Then we are walking into the gallery of the universe, and we must behave with the respect of humans who seek knowledge, not conquest." Time passed slowly. The crew remained vigilant, every eye on the monitors. The anomaly was vast, and yet it seemed to guide them, almost welcoming them deeper. The cryptic message you were expected lingered in their minds. Who had sent it? And what did it mean? Alara thought about humanity. They had always faced the unknown with bravery. From the first explorers who crossed oceans on fragile ships to the engineers who built starships capable of bending space, humans were defined by curiosity and resilience. This mission was no different. "Prepare for contact," Alara ordered. "Keep all systems ready, sensors active. If this is the moment, we will meet it as humans should come, careful and ready to learn." As the horizon moved further into the heart of the anomaly, the crew felt something they had not expected, a sense of being watched but not threatened. Something intelligent, vast, and old was observing them. And perhaps, just perhaps, it was waiting for humanity to prove itself. Alara looked at her crew, proud and determined. "Whatever happens next," she said, "remember who we are. Humanity is not just clever and strong. We are curious. We are compassionate. And we do not give up, no matter the odds." The lights of the anomaly shimmered around them, and the horizon glided silently, carrying humanity's boldest explorers into a future no one could yet imagine. The message remained in their minds. Simple but profound, you are expected. And with that, the adventure truly began. The horizon floated deeper into the anomaly, a river of living light that twisted and shimmered around the ship. The crew had grown used to the strange pulses and flashes, but now the patterns seemed to form shapes, almost like symbols or messages. Every officer on the bridge was alert, trying to decipher the meaning. Captain Alara Miles stood in the center, calm and focused. Her mind raced with possibilities. Were they facing a living entity? A highly advanced civilization? Or perhaps something beyond anything humanity had ever imagined? Lieutenant Malakro spoke first. Captain, sensors are detecting concentrated energy fields ahead. There. Moving toward us, slowly but deliberately. Ilara leaned over the console. Deliberately, you mean? Intelligent? Exactly, Malik confirmed. It's almost as if it knows we're here. It's adjusting its pattern to guide us, or maybe observe us. A low hum filled the bridge. The sound was soft but deep, vibrating through the floor and walls. Dr. Li Wan Chen, the ship's science officer, frowned. I've never heard anything like this. It's not just a sound. It's a signal, a language of vibrations. We could try to respond, Ilara considered. Do it. Keep it simple. Something friendly. Something that shows we are explorers, not intruders. The communications officer, Ensign Kara Voss, typed commands rapidly, sending a series of vibrations back into the anomaly. The lights around the horizon flickered in response, brighter and warmer this time. Okay, almost like acknowledgement. Then suddenly a shape appeared ahead. It was massive, larger than any human ship could have imagined, glowing with colors that shifted constantly, forming patterns and textures like living art. The crew gasped. It's a ship, Malik whispered, or a structure, but alive. Definitely alive. Ilara kept her voice calm, though her heart pounded. Prepare for visual recording. We need every detail. And everyone stay alert. This is history in the making. The anomalies seemed to open around them, revealing the shape more clearly. It was a floating city of energy, spiraling and branching, glowing with thousands of colors at once. Strange projections moved along its surface, showing shapes of beings, perhaps their history, or their message. Dr. Chen stared awe in her eyes. It's communicating, visually. These projections are like holograms. They're telling a story. Look. On the bridge screens, sequences of images appeared, stars forming. Civilizations rising and falling, peaceful landscapes, strange technology, and finally, beings that resembled light itself, like pure energy, taking the form of life. They call themselves the Alari, Dr. Chen said softly. Translating what the ship's sensors interpreted, they are peaceful, but very old. Their civilization has existed for thousands of cycles. They observe emerging species, like us. Lara swallowed. Observe us. For what purpose? A new signal appeared on the communication panel. Simple words. Clear this time. You have passed the first trial. Only one ship is allowed. We are testing your species. Be worthy. The crew looked at one another, a mix of shock and excitement. Trial? Malik asked. Testing us. Ilara nodded slowly. That explains the message we received. You are expected. They weren't threatening us. They were choosing us. For a moment, the crew was silent. Then Ensign Voss spoke, trembling slightly. Captain, the projection is pointing toward us, or guiding us inside the structure. Ilara straightened. Very well. Helm, follow. Sensors keep recording everything, and maintain stealth. Even though they know we're here, we cannot afford mistakes. The horizon moved cautiously, entering the heart of the glowing alien structure. Inside, the energy pulsed like a heartbeat. Streams of light swirled around the ship, forming corridors and chambers, as if the anomaly itself had a design. Dr. Chen's voice broke the awe-filled silence. Captain, it's showing us its history, its culture. The Ilari value intelligence, compassion, and creativity. They are inviting us to understand them. Lara looked at the crew. We must show the same. Humanity has always risen to challenges. Let's demonstrate who we are, our courage, our intelligence, and our respect for life. Suddenly, a projection appeared directly in front of the bridge, as if the Alari were inside the ship itself. It was humanoid in shape, but composed of pure flowing light. Its presence was calming, yet commanding. "Humans," the projection said, its voice a gentle vibration in their minds rather than sound. "We have observed your kind. Many species try, but only those with courage and wisdom endure. You are chosen to understand. But you will be tested." Alara swallowed. "We are ready," she said firmly. The projection shifted, forming scenarios before their eyes. The bridge screens showed planets in crisis, storms raging, creatures in danger, complex systems failing. The Ilari created situations that seemed real, challenging, and urgent. "This is a test," Malik whispered. "They want to see how we think, how we respond under pressure." Dr. Chen nodded. "Not just logic, but empathy. Look at this one, they expect decisions that affect life. We can't just solve problems with science. We have to choose wisely." Lara turned to her crew. "We have trained for this. Trust your instincts, trust each other, and remember why we are here. Humanity is resourceful, brave, and compassionate. That is our strength." The first trial began. A holographic planet appeared, torn by violent storms. Populations were in danger and resources were limited. The crew had to decide where to send help. Knowing that they could not save everyone, Malik suggested, "We prioritize areas where technology can prevent loss of life efficiently." "That seems logical," Dr. Chen added, "but we must also consider ethical consequences. Choosing one over another could have lasting effects. The Ilari are judging our moral reasoning." Ilara made the call. "We will divide resources strategically, using both logic and empathy. No life is ignored, but some risk is unavoidable. This is the best we can do with limited options." As the crew executed their plan, the projection shimmered and shifted, showing them feedback. The Ilari were observing every choice, every hesitation, every decision. It was as if the anomaly itself was alive, reading their intent, judging their hearts. Hours passed. Each scenario tested different qualities: teamwork, innovation, compassion, and courage. The crew worked tirelessly, consulting one another, debating options, making difficult decisions. Finally, the projection spoke again. "You have completed the first trials. Your species demonstrates intelligence, moral awareness, and creativity. You may proceed to the next phase." The crew exhaled, relief mixing with awe. Captain Malik said, "We passed. They see us as worthy." Ilara nodded, though her expression remained serious. "We have much further to go. The trials are just beginning, but humanity has shown what we are capable of. We cannot falter now." Dr. Chen looked out the viewport. The anomaly had shifted again, opening a pathway deeper inside. "It's guiding us further. They want to test us again. Perhaps more directly. We may face challenges we cannot predict." Lara placed her hands on the console. "Then we will face them, as humans have always faced the unknown, with courage, wisdom, and unity. Whatever comes next, we will prove that humanity belongs among the stars." The ship glided deeper, lights reflecting off the swirling energy. Outside, the anomaly pulsed in patterns that almost seemed like a heartbeat, as if it were alive, watching and waiting. Inside the ship, the crew felt a mixture of fear and excitement, knowing they were witnessing history, yet also aware that their decisions could have consequences beyond imagination. Ilara looked at each member of her crew. "Remember this. Our strength is not just technology or skill. It is who we are: intelligent, compassionate, and unafraid to face the unknown. Humanity is not perfect, but we endure, we learn, and we adapt. That is why we will succeed." And with that, the horizon moved forward into the heart of the anomaly, where the Ilari waited to reveal their next challenge. The adventure was only beginning. But humanity's light shone brightly among the stars. The horizon glided deeper into the anomaly, the pulsing lights of the Ilari structure surrounding it like living walls. Every shimmer of energy was alive, as if observing the humans' every movement. Captain Alara Miles stood in the center of the bridge, her posture calm, her mind alert. "This is more than just a test of skill," she said quietly to herself. It's a test of who we are. Lieutenant Malakro studied the monitors. Captain, new scenarios are appearing. They seem more complex. These are not simple puzzles. They are life situations. Dr. Liwen Chen added, and the consequences are real at least in their simulations. These trials are testing intelligence, strategy, and moral judgment. Alara nodded. Then we must prove that humanity can think, care, and decide wisely. The first challenge materialized on the main screen. A holographic world floated before them, a planet of forests, rivers, and cities. Suddenly, storms erupted, massive lightning strikes, and flooding rivers threatened millions of simulated lives. The crew had only limited resources to respond. Malik frowned. We can't save everyone. We have to choose wisely where to intervene first. Dr. Chen studied the patterns. If we focus on technology, we can reduce loss of life efficiently. But some areas need empathy and guidance. The Alari are testing both our intellect and our morality. Alara took a deep breath. Then we divide our approach. Some resources go where technology is most effective. Some go where human judgment is needed to prevent panic. We must balance logic and compassion. The crew sprang into action. Engineers recalculated energy distribution. Communications officers guided simulated populations, and Alara coordinated the overall plan. Every decision mattered. A single misstep could mean the difference between life and death in this alien test. Hours passed, yet the crew never faltered. They argued when necessary, debated ethical dilemmas, and adapted when situations changed. Slowly, the holographic world stabilized. The storms dissipating under their careful guidance. The projection of the Ilari shimmered before them. You demonstrate logic and empathy. But this is only the beginning. Lara exhaled, feeling a mixture of relief and tension. We did what we could, and we learned quickly. Humanity is capable, but the tests will continue. The next scenario appeared almost immediately. A ship, humanoid in design, was caught in an asteroid field, energy shields failing. The crew had to decide whether to save the ship and risk their own, or leave it to certain destruction. Malik looked at Alara. Captain, if we intervene, we might fail. But if we don't, we condemn them. What should we do? Ilara's mind raced. Humans had always been daring, choosing risk for the sake of others. That was part of their nature. We act. We do not abandon those in need if there is a chance to save them. Prepare emergency maneuvers. Deploy shield boosters and navigate carefully. The crew worked with precision. The Horizon's engines pushed to their limits, thrusters flaring as they guided the ship through the asteroid field. Every collision risked damage, but they held steady. Dr. Chen monitored the energy projections. Captain, our calculations show success, but it will be close. Minutes later, the scenario concluded. The stranded ship floated safely, unharmed. The Ilari projection shimmered brightly. Compassion under risk. Humanity values life beyond logic. This is commendable. Ilara allowed herself a small smile. That is who we are. Courage, compassion, and ingenuity, our greatest strengths. But the trials did not stop. The next test was subtler, more insidious. A holographic society faced internal conflict. Two factions argued over resources on the verge of war. The Horizon crew had to mediate without imposing their own will. Malik frowned. We can't just decide for them. That's not our role. We have to guide, not control, Dr. Chen agreed. They are testing our diplomacy, our ability to understand and respect others' autonomy. Ilara addressed her crew. We must listen, communicate, and encourage compromise. Force solves nothing here. Let's use strategy, observation, and empathy. The crew began issuing suggestions, presenting options, and showing the factions paths to cooperation. It required patience, careful timing, and sensitivity to the smallest details. Hours turned into a day as they navigated political, ethical, and social nuances. Finally, the Alari projection shifted. Your species understands complexity and respects choice. You are capable of more than survival. You are capable of wisdom. The bridge erupted in quiet celebration. They had passed multiple trials, proving themselves in ways more than physical skill or logic. Humanity's creativity, compassion, and courage were being recognized. But Alara knew the hardest part was yet to come. The final scenario appeared without warning. A planet, torn by natural disasters and conflict, required an immediate decision. The crew had to act together, quickly, balancing intellect, empathy, and strategy all at once. Alara took command. This is the ultimate trial. Every choice matters. We must act as one, combining our strengths. Humanity succeeds when we unite, not divide. Let's prove it now. The crew moved in perfect synchrony. Decisions were made collaboratively, solutions adjusted on the fly, and every risk assessed. The Ilari projection observed silently, its light pulsating with what felt like anticipation. Minutes felt like hours. Energy readings spiked, alerts flashed, yet the crew remained focused. Finally, the planet stabilized. Storms subsided, conflicts resolved, and the simulation world thrived. The Ilari projection glowed brighter than ever. You have succeeded. Your species demonstrates intelligence, empathy, creativity, and courage. You are ready. The bridge fell silent. Alara felt the weight of the moment. Humanity had been tested by beings far older and wiser. They had been judged not by weapons or power, but by the qualities that made them human. Malik broke the silence. Captain, they are impressed. We did it. Dr. Chen smiled. Not just impressed, they respect us. They see what humans can be. Alara exhaled deeply. This is only the beginning. But it proves something important. Humans endure, adapt, and care. That is our strength. That is why we belong among the stars. The anomaly around them shimmered, shifting patterns of light into something almost celebratory. The pulse of energy felt warmer, acknowledging the crew's success. A final message appeared on the communications panel. You have passed the tests of courage, wisdom, and compassion. Prepare for revelation. Lara turned to her crew. Revelation. Whatever comes next, we will meet it together. Humanity has proven its worth, and this is only the first step of a much larger journey. The crew nodded, united and inspired. They had faced the unknown and emerged stronger, showing that humanity's ingenuity and empathy could survive even the most challenging trials. As the horizon drifted further into the heart of the Ilari structure, the ship and its crew prepared for what they could not yet imagine. The tests had shown them the scale of the universe, the intelligence of other beings, and the power of human qualities that machines or weapons could never replace. Alara looked out the viewport. Past the swirling lights and shimmering forms, the universe is vast, unknown, dangerous, but we are ready. Humanity does not give up. We do not turn away from the unknown. We rise to meet it, together. And with that, the horizon moved onward, deeper into the mystery of the Ilari, ready for the challenges and revelations that lay ahead. Humanity had been tested, and humanity had risen. The horizon floated deeper into the pulsating heart of the Ilari structure. The glowing walls of energy shifted and shimmered like living rivers, wrapping the ship in colors that defied description. The crew was silent, awe and anticipation heavy in the air. Every officer knew that what awaited them could change humanity's understanding of the universe forever. Captain Alara Miles stood at the bridge center, calm but alert. We've passed the trials, she said softly. Now we will see why we were chosen. Lieutenant Malik Rose studied the monitors, showing patterns of the Ilari energy moving like intricate tapestries. Captain, the energy is converging ahead. I think we're approaching something monumental. Dr. Li Wenchen nodded. Yes, sensors indicate a chamber war, a space designed for direct contact. It's unlike anything we've scanned before. This is the core of their civilization. Lara swallowed. Very well. Helm, proceed with caution. Sensors active. Everyone stay alert. The horizon moved forward, the walls of energy opening into a vast space that seemed endless. At its center floated a massive orb of light, radiating warmth, intelligence, and serenity. The projections of the Ilari appeared around it, forms of pure energy, humanoid yet far more fluid, moving gracefully as if dancing in the air. A deep, resonant voice filled the minds of the crew, not as sound, but as understanding. Humans, you have proven your worth through courage, intelligence, and empathy. You have passed the trials. Few species ever reach this point. You are rare and therefore important. Ilara nodded, keeping her voice steady. We are honored. But why us? Why humanity? The projection shifted, its flowing light forming intricate patterns across the orb. We have observed emerging species for millennia. Many rise, many fall. Few show the combination of creativity, empathy, and resilience. Humans have all three. Your species has potential to shape not only your own future, but the future of others across the stars. Malik leaned forward, eyes wide. You mean, we are being considered for alliance partnership? The Ilari light form shimmered. Not yet partnership. First, understanding. Only those capable of cooperation, ethical reasoning, and courage are invited to join the galactic community. You have shown the qualities we seek. Your trials were designed to test your readiness for knowledge, responsibility, and collaboration. Dr. Chen's voice trembled with excitement. Captain, they are offering humanity a chance to join something far beyond anything we imagined. Lara nodded, steady but thoughtful. It is more than honor. It is responsibility, and we must not fail them more ourselves. A new vision appeared before the crew. Holographic sequences of star systems, civilizations, and planets unfolded. Some thrived, some perished. The Ilari had observed countless species, learning which could endure, which could adapt, and which would fall to arrogance or fear. We test only those who may shape the future, the voice continued. The first contact message you received, you were expected, was selective. Many ships enter this space, but only one survives and is deemed worthy. That is why only your vessel remains. Others are not lost due to malice, but because the trials weed out those unprepared for responsibility. Lara's hands gripped the console. Humanity had always been bold, sometimes reckless, but they had also been creative, compassionate, and adaptive. Then this is our chance to prove that we can rise to the challenge, that humans are capable not only of survival, but of wisdom. Alik leaned close. Captain, the Ilari, they're offering more than knowledge. They're offering guidance, friendship, even technology. The possibilities for Earth are unimaginable. Dr. Chen's fingers hovered over the sensors. We can learn from them new energy sources, navigation systems, medical advancements, and perhaps even faster than light travel beyond our current limits. The galaxy could open to us. The Ilari's projection pulsed brighter. Your species has potential, but potential alone is not enough. You must also demonstrate unity, humility, and respect for life. The trials were but a beginning. The real test is whether you can carry what you learn responsibly. Ilara addressed her crew firmly. We have been tested and shown our strength. But this is the moment where we must prove our wisdom. Knowledge is meaningless if misused. Humanity must rise to meet it with care, caution, and courage. A soft hum surrounded the ship. The orb of light began projecting a three-dimensional map of the galaxy. Lines of energy traced connections between stars, civilizations, and unexplored worlds. This is your future if you accept our guidance, the projection explained. Allies and opportunities exist beyond this point. Danger too, but together, species that respect life and intelligence may thrive. Alex studied the map. Captain, the possibilities. It's incredible. If we take this knowledge back, humanity could leap centuries ahead. Ilara nodded, her mind racing with both excitement and responsibility. We must consider what it means to bear such knowledge. We are no longer alone. The choices we make now will shape not only our future, but the future of Earth and the species around us. Dr. Chen spoke softly, awe in her voice. Captain, the Alari. They are wise beyond imagination. Their civilizations survive because they value life, knowledge, and cooperation. We must learn to do the same. The projection shifted, forming what could only be described as a gesture of invitation. Humanity has passed the trials of courage, wisdom, and compassion. We invite you to learn from us. Share knowledge, and prepare to meet others like yourselves across the stars. But first, one final reflection. Are you ready to bear responsibility for what you will know? Alara looked at her crew. They had faced storms, life-and-death dilemmas, and moral tests, and they had emerged stronger. She saw in their eyes the same resolve that had driven humanity from its first explorers to the far reaches of space. We are ready, she said. Not just to learn, but to prove that humans can act responsibly, with courage, wisdom, and compassion. We will honor this trust. The Alari's light forms shimmered, flowing through the ship like warm wind. Then you are acknowledged. Humanity may enter the path of the stars with guidance, knowledge, and companionship. But remember, the journey ahead requires unity, patience, and care. Only those who rise above fear and greed may thrive among the stars. Olik exhaled. Captain, it's more than I ever imagined. They see humanity as capable of greatness. This could change everything for Earth. Alara's eyes reflected the glow of the Alari. Yes, but greatness comes with responsibility. We have been given a chance, not a guarantee. Every decision we make from this point forward matters, Dr. Chen added, Captain. The projection is showing something new. Plans, blueprints, and star charts. It's offering knowledge. Advanced propulsion, energy systems, and exploration routes. The Alari want to share, but only if we accept the responsibility. Alara nodded firmly. We accept. Humanity will rise to meet this challenge. We will learn, we will adapt, and we will act with the qualities that earned this chance. Courage, wisdom, and compassion. The anomaly around the horizon pulsed brighter, almost like applause. Light flowed through the ship, filling every chamber with warmth and understanding. The Alari had recognized the best of humanity, and in doing so, it opened the first door to the larger galaxy. Malik smiled, a rare moment of relief, breaking his usual seriousness. Captain, humanity has truly been chosen, and we must rise to the occasion. Alara placed her hands on the console, feeling the steady hum of the ship beneath her. We will, and not just for ourselves, but for all of humanity. We faced the unknown and proved ourselves. Now it's time to carry that strength forward. The crew watched in awe as the final holographic projections faded, leaving the horizon surrounded by calm, radiant energy. The trials were over. The revelation had come. Humanity was acknowledged, respected, and invited to learn, to grow, and to explore the universe as equals among intelligent civilizations, Dr. Chen whispered. Almost to herself, this is the beginning of something extraordinary. Humanity has a place among the stars. Alara nodded. Yes, and we will make sure we honor it. The journey is far from over, but today, humanity has taken its first step into a larger galaxy. One choice at a time, one challenge at a time. We will prove that we are capable of greatness. The horizon moved forward, deeper into the Ilari structure, carrying the crew and all of humanity toward a future filled with possibility, wonder, and responsibility. The stars beyond waited, full of challenges, mysteries, and alliances yet to be discovered. And as the light of the Ilari washed over the ship, the message was clear. Humanity had been recognized, chosen, and expected to rise. The next step would define not only the future of Earth, but the future of all who shared the galaxy. The horizon drifted gently through the radiant core of the Ilari structure. The energy that had tested, guided, finally acknowledged humanity now seemed like a soft embrace, flowing through the ship and touching every crew member. Captain Alara Miles stood at the bridge, her hands resting lightly on the console. She allowed herself a moment of quiet reflection. This is beyond anything I imagined, whispered Lieutenant Malikro. Alara nodded, her eyes reflecting the flowing lights outside. It is, but remember, this is just the beginning. The Ilari have shared knowledge, yes, but it is our responsibility how we use it. Humanity's future starts here, but it is up to us to shape it wisely. Dr. Liwan Chen, still awestruck, leaned over her instruments. Captain, the projections show star charts, energy blueprints, even new propulsion designs. This could revolutionize human space travel. Our understanding of physics alone could leap centuries ahead. Lara's voice was steady. We will study everything carefully. Learn, adapt, and share knowledge responsibly. The trials taught us that intelligence alone is not enough. Wisdom, compassion, and cooperation matter more. The bridge fell silent for a moment, each crew member lost in thought, realizing the magnitude of what they had been granted. Humanity had passed trials designed to test the very core of what it meant to be human. They had proven that courage, ingenuity, and empathy were qualities worthy of recognition by an ancient and powerful civilization. Then the projection shimmered once more. You have learned, and you have been acknowledged. It is time to return to your species. Carry the knowledge responsibly. Share it wisely. Humanity is expected to rise among the stars. Alara straightened. Helm, prepare for departure. We are returning home. Sensors begin detailed recording of all Ilari knowledge and star charts. Every piece of data could help humanity thrive. As the horizon slowly left the Ilari structure, the anomaly's walls of energy shifted, forming a luminous corridor that led to the edge of the uncharted territory. The path seemed to guide them, as if the structure itself were saying farewell. Malik smiled, a mix of relief and pride on his face. Captain, we made it. Humanity has passed the test. Alara allowed herself a small, proud smile. Yes, and now humanity carries the responsibility. We have been given knowledge, guidance, and a chance to prove ourselves further. We cannot fail. Dr. Chen's fingers danced over the console. The star charts show other civilizations, Captain, ones that are not yet aware of us. There is potential for alliances, for learning, for exploration beyond anything we've dreamed. Ilara nodded. Then we will explore, but we will do it as humanity always should, with respect, courage, and intelligence. As the ship traveled through the corridor of light, the crew reflected on the trials they had endured. They had faced storms, moral dilemmas, and life-and-death decisions. They had navigated asteroid fields and mediated conflicts in simulations. Each challenge had tested not just their skill but their hearts. The humanity had passed with honor. The communication officer, Ensign Karavas, looked at the monitors. Captain, I'm sending a summary message to Earth. It's short, but it explains everything we can safely share. Humanity has entered contact with an advanced civilization. Knowledge and guidance received. We are ready for the future. Ilara nodded approvingly. Send it, but include only what is safe. The rest must be learned gradually, responsibly. We don't want fear or chaos on Earth. Malik leaned back in his chair. Captain, I've never felt prouder to be human. We were tested, and we rose to the occasion. That is what I will remember most. Lara looked around the bridge. Remember this, all of you. Humanity's strength lies not in its technology, but in its courage, its creativity, and its compassion. That is why we were chosen. That is why we survived the trials. And that is why we will thrive among the stars. The anomaly began to fade behind them, the light dissolving into the vast darkness of uncharted space. Humanity had left its mark not with weapons or conquest, but with intelligence, empathy, and moral strength. The horizon sailed steadily toward home, carrying the first message of hope and achievement from humanity to the wider galaxy. For days, the crew analyzed every piece of information provided by the Ilari. New propulsion techniques, energy systems, and navigation methods promised faster, safer, and more efficient exploration. Medical technologies hinted at longer lifespans and improved health. Every day, the horizon brought humanity closer to a future it had only imagined in dreams. Yet Alara reminded the crew constantly, we must use this knowledge wisely. Advancement without responsibility leads to disaster. We learned that from the trials. Never forget it. Even as the ship approached the edge of the anomaly, the crew felt a deep sense of unity. They had faced the unknown together and emerged stronger. Humanity had been tested and had shown its true potential to endure, to adapt, and to act with wisdom and empathy. Malik spoke one evening as they charted a course back to Earth. "Captain, when we return, humanity will look at us differently. We've seen what's possible, what we could become. This is the beginning of a new era." Ilara nodded thoughtfully. "Yes, Malik. And it is up to us to guide it. To inspire Earth, to show that humans are capable not only of survival but of greatness. We've earned their respect, and now we must live up to it." The crew gathered in the common area for a quiet moment. The stars outside seemed endless, a promise of adventures yet to come. Dr. Chen spoke softly. "We've been given a chance to be part of something bigger than ourselves, to represent humanity among the stars. It is humbling." Ilar placed a hand on the railing. "Humbling, yes, but also empowering. We have seen that courage, compassion, and intelligence matter more than fear or aggression. That is what makes humanity worthy. That is what makes us capable." Days later, the horizon emerged from the uncharted territory, the familiar stars of human space appearing on the sensors. Earth was still far away, but now the crew carried not only scientific knowledge, but the hope of a civilization. Ready to rise. ELARA sent a message to Earth. "We return. Humanity has been acknowledged by an advanced civilization. Knowledge and guidance have been received. We have proven ourselves, and the journey ahead is ours to navigate responsibly. Prepare for a future among the stars." As the message transmitted, a feeling of pride and accomplishment swept through the ship. Humanity had faced the unknown, endured tests beyond imagination, and emerged stronger. The horizon had proven that humans were capable of intelligence, courage, and empathy, the qualities that made them worthy of joining the galactic stage. Malik looked out the viewport, watching distant stars. "Captain, this is just the beginning. There is so much more to see, to learn, to achieve. We are ready." Ilara smiled, feeling the weight of responsibility and the excitement of possibility. "Yes, and we will rise to it. Humanity has proven it can meet challenges, survive tests, and act with wisdom. The galaxy awaits, and we will face it as we always have, united, brave, and compassionate." The horizon sped forward, leaving the uncharted territory behind. The crew knew that humanity's journey was just beginning. With the Alary's guidance and the strength of their own hearts, they would explore, learn, and thrive. The stars stretched endlessly ahead, filled with mysteries, opportunities, and civilizations yet to meet. Humanity had proven itself worthy. Now the universe would watch and wait to see what they would achieve next. "Captain," Lara Miles looked at her crew one last time. "We have been chosen. We have proven ourselves, and we will continue to rise. Humanity is ready for the stars." The horizon sailed steadily toward Earth, carrying hope, knowledge, and the first step of a new era. A new human age had begun, an age of courage, wisdom, and unity among the stars. Humanity's light would shine brighter than ever, and somewhere, in the vast expanse of the galaxy, the Ilari watched, knowing that their choice had been wise. Humanity had risen, and the future was theirs to shape.